So push up Monday, baby. We here. If this is your first time joining, my name is Andrea Fitzgerald. I'm an author, a speaker, also a person really obsessed with personal growth and development. So each week we get in the gym and we do our mental push-ups because the most challenging and rewarding work that we will ever do is on ourselves. So today, friends, we are going to talk about growth with graciousness. So this was inspired this past week. I was in physical therapy. Shout out, I'm discharged, y'all. Like shout out to that. So officially on my fitness journey, and let me just give y'all a quick update on that. But so we 8 weeks in of trying to get back in the gym, y'all. So I've been 8 ounces in. I mean not 8 ounces, 8 weeks doing exercising 45 times a week. I've been doing my water, y'all. I've been pretty consistent with that. Um, but now, guys, we're transitioning over to the food, y'all. Like, listen, so, it's about to get real out here. But yeah, so now we transition over to the food. So that's my update on my fitness journey. We still on that thing, y'all. And this the crazy thing. I look back at the beginning of my journey. I said, "Woo, baby, listen. Yeah, I had because I wasn't able to like I guess just be as active as I was. I had gained some weight, but it's I'm starting to get back in the flow of things. But yeah, super excited about that. But we 8 weeks in, we starting week 9 tomorrow, and guess what, y'all? Now we doing some weights, so we gonna try some weights this week. We see how that goes. I'll let y'all know as we continue on the journey. But yes, let's get back to our topic. So yes, growth through growth with graciousness. So, as I said, I went to physical therapy, and Christina had called me, and I had told her. I said, well, at first I was trying to like talk to her and talk to the physical therapist, and it just my attention, like I was just having a hard time paying attention. So I was about to do my box jumps, and I told her, I said, well, listen, I said, hey babe, can I call you back because I just want to make sure that I can give you my undivided attention. And I hang up the phone. I'm getting ready to do my box jump. My physical therapist was like, "Wow, that was like really kind and really sweet, like the way you said that." And I was like, "Man, it took a lot of work to get there." And as I was reflecting on that, I just thought about my journey of like growing in my emotional intelligence and my relational skills and stuff like that. And yeah, it all started from one night I did not come home. Listen, that's when this journey all started about 7, 8 years ago. But it has not been pretty always. You have your ups and your downs, and it just hadn't always been like this. And I think sometimes, for myself, and especially as I think about, what I do every day, my business of like trying to help new teachers and stuff like that, that we forget like that the process of growing is not always, it's just not a linear deal. you know I think about when I had my therapist on mental push up Monday, and something that she said that she said to me was like, when we find something, like we find new awareness, like we expect sometimes for us to change like yesterday, but it is a whole process that we go through to grow through something. You know, like she said, she called it the 3 A's. She said we first become aware of it, then we have to accept it with compassion, and not just I accept it by myself, but like accept it with compassion and embrace it fully, and then we take action. Because without those first two steps and just jump into action, she said most time it doesn't last forever. Like something I read recently, I've been reading this book. I thought it was just me by Brene Brown, and something she said: you cannot shame people into changing behavior, and you can't do that with yourself. Like she out something Brene Brown wanted, or not Brene, maybe it's Mel Robbins, but she said shame and growth can't coexist. But as I was thinking about that, that it's really like growing with graciousness. Because I was listening to a podcast, and this is I mean this has been a couple things that inspired this, but I was listening to a podcast with Dr. Spirit, which I just love her. She reminds me of my therapist like so much. Just the things that she says, I'm like, oh my gosh, my therapist said it. But anyway, so but she was talking about marriage, and she was telling this she was counseling this couple live on air, and she said to them, she was saying to the host after they were like debriefing and everything, she said the thing that where couples mess up is that often, not even mess up, but where sometimes where she said where they tend to get stuck and things like that. She said they don't allow their partner or even themselves to grow with graciousness. Like, you have to realize that some people may not have had certain skills, like they didn't have certain environments. They don't that, like, you two are different. And as they decide to try on something new and learn something new, you got to know, like, it's going to take time. Like, give them the grace to grow, give them the space to mess up, and stuff like that. But we also have to give that to ourselves. Like, I just think about my journey, just in general, my own personal growth journey. When I first started on this path, I think I thought that, oh, now that I know these things are automatically gonna get better. But this process, honestly, we know it never ends. It never ends. Um, but I think the thing I'm beginning to realize is that it's progress, not perfection. Like, people literally are doing the very best that they can with the tools that they got, and it's really just about us, um almost giving ourselves and others grace. Like, it's really not even about other people, is what I'm continuing to understand. Is that, okay, this person is doing the best they can with what they got. How am I going to respond to that? Because I cannot change other people. We know that. Like, it's hard enough to change yourself. You trying to convince somebody else to change? Yeah, no. It's a little bit more challenging. So, yeah, I know my thoughts are kind of all over the place here, but really, that's been kind of the headline for me this week. Is growth with graciousness. Graciousness for yourself. Giving yourself compassion when you trying on something new, you trying to change a habit or something like that. Like, it's a process, man. And just be kind to yourself as you figure it out. Like, I just think about, like, that wasn't even a big deal that my physical therapist said that, but it was just the fact, it was the awareness that I realized. I was like, oh wow, like, I've come a long way. Because when I first um when I first got in this relationship, like, I didn't even know how to have challenging conversations. I didn't even know how to, I didn't even think people were supposed to argue, first of all. But I've come a long way. I now understand that, yes, that comes with it. You're going to have disagreements because you two are very different people. That's okay. But just giving ourselves the grace to grow. And as we go through that process, giving us compassion and kindness to ourselves as we do that, because it is not going to be perfect. And it is that perfection is something that is a target that we will never reach. So just be kind to yourself. But as we close out with my random thoughts, it has me thinking about, I saw well, if you haven't watched well, first of all, let's back up. If you have not watched the LSU and South Carolina game today, like, what are you doing with your life out here? Like, for real, what you doing with your life? But anyway, so I watched this game, and they got to fight, and they were there. I was like, dang, where y'all from? Memphis? The way she's pushed that, where you from? Anyway, so after the game, they asked Don Staley, like, yo, like, what you feel about this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna say to your team, whatever, like that. And something she said, I thought she exhibited what it means to grow through graciousness. Because, I mean, no, she shouldn't have pushed the girl. Like, she was wrong, and she said that. She said, listen, we let our emotions get the best of us. But she said, I'm not about to sit up here and basically be like, she said, I've been in the game before, and I've definitely done some things that I regret. I let my emotions get the best of me. Now she is a leader of women, and she's teaching them now to, not to let your emotions get the best of you. So that, to me, is an example of, like, she didn't come down and, like, just bash, her players or whatever, and just talk bad to them and stuff like that. She was just like, listen, I get it. It happens. We humans out here. You know what I mean? Like, I've done it before. Um, but it's just being gracious in the way she said it. Was just like, kind but firm. You know what I mean? So, because we've all done something, right? But yes, that was it. That was my reflection from the week, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Get out there this week and let's do those mental push-ups. And as you go out this week, I want you to keep that rookie state of mind. But what's that, Fits? Remember, to level up isn't losses, problems are a privilege. And yes, you might be new to this, but I know you're true to this because you're in this one right now. And I believe in each one of you. So get out there this week and do those mental push-ups. You know what I mean?